the explorers that moved into the interior. But it was a long time before Americans ate good ham like this. This prosciutto di Parma is absolutely incredible. We sell a 1 pound package at Costco, sliced. And you can see also there the designated origin, if I can get it right over there. And some people think that 1 pound is too big, but in my home, when you open up 1 pound of prosciutto di Parma, you eat 1 pound of prosciutto di Parma. So that's always very good. Of the $1 billion that we do in wines, a lot of those are Italians, and here's some example of the Italian wines that we sell in our buildings. And then finally from Italy, I would say the king and the queen of 2 other items. The black bottle obviously is balsamic vinegar, and we've also, this relationship goes back at least 12 or 13 years. Absolutely fantastic quality, made from from grapes, from the Trebbiano grapes, and aged in barrels, and commercialized to the extent that we can bring this to market in large quantities, but also very, very good quality. And you'll see the 4-leaf designation on this product. Our members absolutely love this product. And then the other item over here is olive oil, the Toscana extra virgin olive oil. This also is a program that we started working with probably about 13 years ago. When we first started buying it, there was no such thing as designated origin Toscana olive oil. And so the first year we bought it based on trust, but every year since then, we work with as many as 7,000 farmers in Tuscany with selected mills, and we take what Mother Nature gives us. Some years the crop is big, some years the crop is small, but we always work together to make sure that we can bring this to market. We vintage date it and get it to market as soon as possible, because as you know, the fresher olive oil is, the better it is. And so I would venture to guess that we are the largest sellers of Tuscan olive oil in the world. So value chain efficiencies. I think ultimately, I'm on a little bit of a time limit over here, but let me go back. But our goal, obviously, is to cut the route, or make the route as short as possible between the farmer and Costco. And in many cases, as you see, we will work with government in terms of DOP. We obviously work with multinationals, private businesses, and entrepreneurs that are local. We definitely work with farming communities. And we'll also work with NGOs. If we need to educate or work with farmers in developing countries, we will get NGOs involved to help us accomplish our goals. Certainly what we do is we put people on the ground in the country. We share training, skills, and experience. We focus what's important to that region. We build teams, and we do transnational networking. So I'm going to show you an example. We're going to move from really the old world to an even older world, which has become the new world, which is Africa. And you can see this is an actual shot taken from outer space. In contrast, you can see Europe up above and Africa down the bottom, and that was at night, and you can just see the usage of power on those 2 continents. So Africa, as you know, has many, many challenges. First of all, it's a huge country. To put it into perspective, this area here, Mozambique, that coastline over there in Mozambique, is almost the length of the western United States. So when you look at the size of this continent, it's absolutely huge. Look at it relative to Europe. Power and water, you saw the issues with power. Ports, there are just a number of ports. There's, you know, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. Those are the major ports in Africa. And you can see the kind of distances you have to travel to get to a port. So it's very, very difficult. Roads are not very good at all. Air, great opportunity for the future to move both people and cargo. As you can imagine, a lot of stuff coming out of the central area. If it's low cube and high ticket, it would be easy to move it out to the port areas. And then communication is pretty good because of cell phones, and it's getting better all the time. I like to include a map of Africa before I speak about it, because it's always interesting to see the colonial side of Africa. And all the blue, obviously, is Francophone, the pink, British. We have some Belgium, Portuguese, these two countries, Angola and Mozambique, and then a couple of Italian. We've got Libya, and we've got Somalia, and Eritrea, right over there. But very interesting how the country or the continent was colonized. The other I'm going to speak about today a little bit is vanilla and our value chain and what we've done with vanilla, because I think this serves as a very, very good example. 70% of the world's vanilla comes out of Madagascar, this island over here. And just right in this little piece, right over there, is where most of the vanilla comes. Vanilla prices, if any of you have followed that over the last 20 years, spike. They go very high, they get very low. And it's very dependent on weather. This is a very, very isolated area. And we were always victim to traders who would buy whenever there were shortages. They'd follow these driver prices, and then we would have to buy from them. We sell 25% of all the vanilla at retail in the United States. And so we felt like we needed to do something. So starting back in 2004, after the crazy prices in 2001 and 2002, after cyclones came through Madagascar, we teamed up with a group of people in Uganda, which is right over there. That's a vanilla bean, by the way, or a vanilla vine. It's the family of an orchid. This is the flower over here. This flower lives for 1 day and has to be pollinated by hand, every single one of those flowers. And then they produce these vanilla beans over here. That's an actual farm. So teaming up with an industry expert, Dr. Bala, over here for a company called Firmenich, and a person on the ground, Aga Sataled, this gentleman over here. And together with the Danish government, we were able to put a program together because the conditions were absolutely perfect for growing vanilla in Uganda. So first we had to focus on vine care and agronomy, training on hand pollination, the timing of harvest, because our goal was to improve the quality of vanilla. We had to create collection stations, obviously logistics, to get it to a curing station, which has to happen very, very quickly within 1 day of picking. Grading the vanilla beans when they came in so that we could pay based on quantity and quality. In order to do this, we had a 13-member team on the ground with 23 zone leaders, and we worked with 9,500 farming families. So in Uganda today, the output of vanilla has tripled over the last 5 years. The total dry beans coming out of Uganda are about 200 metric tons. Our partner does about 100 metric tons. We buy 65 metric tons of vanilla beans to make our vanilla essence. That is about half, that's enough to supply us with half of our vanilla. And we sell it for $6.49.